Positioning yourself as an expert is a great way to open doors, drive opportunities, make more money. Stay tuned in this video so you can learn how you can position yourself as the obvious expert. If you're ready to position yourself as an obvious expert, then the work we do is all around personal branding. Actually, we call it superstar branding. Superstar branding is the art and the science of positioning yourself as an expert in your field in order to drive more opportunities and more referrals. In the very beginning, I used to go to networking events, I shook hands and kissed babies, and the problem was I wasn't very memorable. I built a brand that wasn't authentic or aligned with who I really was and didn't really have the power of a purposeful message behind it. Once I figured out that I needed to brand myself like a thought leader, everything shifted. I'm going to share the 6 things that I did to have that shift. The first is that I started to specialize. I started to focus on a niche. Instead of positioning myself as a generalist, providing anything that people needed or anything that they would pay for, I started to hone in on the audience of people that I really felt called to serve. The second thing I did was started to differentiate myself from the rest of the people. That's when I developed my superstar system. And by having a system, I was able to say, look, I'm different, I'm special, I have something unique that I can bring to the table. Before I started positioning myself as a thought leader, I thought that the only value that people wanted from me was what I could teach them or what I could share with them or give them. I didn't think that people really wanted to connect with me as a person. Luckily, I had a mentor who shared with me that in order to be a real thought leader, you've got to connect personally with people. And one of the best ways to do that, and the easiest, is to develop your story, is to create your core story, your origin story, the story that you tell on the stage, in your book, on your social media, everywhere that you go. The third thing I did was, instead of focusing on the features and benefits of the work I did, like any other consultant or speaker or expert, I started to refocus all of my branding and my messaging around my mission. So rather than saying, hey, look at all the ways I can help you, I can deliver a keynote or I can coach you in this, I started reorienting the messaging around the mission. The mission, which if you look on the website today, is how to align what you do with who you really are. That's a mission that really connects with our ideal target audience. The fourth thing I did was started to publishing blog posts, publishing email blasts, even publishing a book. A great example of a client of ours who used publishing in order to build her thought leader brand was Donna Vincent Roa. Donna had a PR business and she really wanted to elevate the clientele that she was working with. She was a generalist in PR. What she was trying to do was get higher level clients. She wanted to work at the C-suite level. But it's really hard to get to the C-suite level, especially if you're a one-person operation in PR. So she had a brilliant idea. What she decided to do was this: publish a book called The Power of Water. And the way she was going to create the book, instead of writing it all herself, was that she was going to invite the CEOs of big companies with big water interests to participate and let her interview them for the book. So she ended up interviewing, like 20 or 30 CEOs, compiling this book called The Power of Water, and as a result started to get opportunities and doors opening all over the world, even on this global water board that she ended up joining. The fifth way to position yourself as the obvious expert is to broadcast yourself. Now, broadcasting can be as commonplace or as simple as YouTube videos, like what I'm doing here, or you can produce a podcast or a radio show for yourself. These days, there are so many platforms that you can leverage out in the world. There is no excuse for you to put out your thought leadership, your expertise via broadcast media. And the final, my favorite way to establish yourself as the obvious expert in your field is to speak, is to land speaking engagements, get in front of an audience, and share your expertise live in person in front of a group. And here's the thing, if you find it hard to land speaking engagements, then just do what I did and create your own. And in fact, I have a whole bunch of videos right here on YouTube that explain exactly how you can position yourself as an expert by doing your own events. Check them out. If you got value from this video and you want to go deeper into how to brand yourself as an expert, then come talk to us. Schedule a discovery call by clicking on the link below and talk to one of my lead coaches about how we can support you in building and growing your brand and your business.